Over 60% of over 12s in the UK have now had a COVID booster jab, but there are still concerns about a lot of pregnant women who are not coming forward. And so the government has now launched a new campaign encouraging them to protect themselves and their babies from COVID-19. Well, joining me now is Dr Jen Jardin from the Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynaecologists, which is leading this campaign alongside the government, and also to say she's also pregnant. Congratulations, Dr Jardin. Thank you so much for talking to us tonight. First of all, where are we in terms of the number of pregnant women taking up the jab? At one point, you had, more than 90% of women in the hospital were pregnant women who were unvaccinated. Yeah, where are we now?
So the most up-to-date information that we have about women being vaccinated comes from the summer, when we know that 20% of women giving birth had been vaccinated against COVID. Those numbers have certainly gone up since then, but we don't have more up-to-date information at the moment. It's definitely more common to see women who are being vaccinated, and that's great to see, but we want more women to come forward for their first, second or booster vaccine.
So as I said, you're pregnant. I imagine you've had your vaccines as well. What was the basis of your decision? Because you're going to have a lot of women expecting babies, worried about themselves, worried about their babies. And at the start of all of this, when the vaccines were first developed, they weren't offered the vaccine. So, yeah, what was the basis of your decision?
Well, for me, it was an easy decision. I had both of my first 2 doses before I got pregnant. And then in pregnancy, I was offered a booster vaccine a few months ago now. Throughout the pandemic, I've been looking after women who've been seriously unwell with COVID, including women who've had to have their babies prematurely and then go to an intensive care unit for a very long period of time, sometimes months, before being reunited with their babies. I've also seen women have preterm births and stillbirths as a result of COVID-19. So for me and for my baby, I knew that the best thing to do was to be vaccinated. I was by the time I was vaccinated, there had been 200,000 women who'd received a vaccination and no adverse events from vaccination in pregnancy, compared to a huge amount of evidence really now that...
What about women who aren't pregnant, thinking about having children? What are the risks to fertility? Very briefly, if you can.
So there are no known risks to fertility from the COVID vaccines.
OK, well, Dr Jen Jardin, thank you so much for talking to us, and thanks so much for sharing your personal details as well. Really do appreciate it. Really hope it's reassuring for other pregnant women out there. Thanks again.